In the past week, the topic of Social Security has been making headlines, as Representative John Larson has yet again reintroduced the Social Security 2100 Act, marking the sixth time he has presented this crucial legislation. The urgency and persistence with which this bill is being reintroduced underscores its importance and the need for Congress to take meaningful action to improve the Social Security system. The Social Security 2100 Act seeks to address multiple aspects of the program, including boosting benefits for beneficiaries across the board, providing a significant monthly increase of $485 to ensure a more dignified retirement for those relying on these benefits. Furthermore, the legislation aims to reform the taxation system to extend the solvency of the Social Security Trust Fund. However, it's important to recognize that while this act is a step in the right direction, it's not a permanent solution, and it will only extend solvency for an additional 5 years. To gauge the effectiveness of these proposed changes, the trial run approach has been adopted to assess their impact on the system and its beneficiaries. This approach allows policymakers to evaluate the outcomes before committing to long-term changes. Nevertheless, it's essential to bear in mind that this temporary fix might not be sufficient to address the long-term challenges faced by the Social Security program. In conjunction with the Social Security 2100 Act, another significant development has emerged in the form of the Medicare and Social Security Fairness Act. Unlike the former, this is an entirely new piece of legislation introduced in Congress. The primary focus of this act is to boost taxes on wealthy individuals to contribute more to the financing of the Social Security system. This legislation proposes applying the Social Security payroll tax to wages of the self-employed and investment income above $400,000. Furthermore, it seeks to increase and extend funds for Medicare, ensuring that the burden is shared more equitably among those with higher incomes. The act also addresses pass-through businesses, such as hedge funds and private equity firms, which have been known to exploit loopholes to avoid Medicare taxes and net investment income tax. By targeting those with higher incomes, the Medicare and Social Security Fairness Act aims to create a fairer and more sustainable funding system for both Social Security and Medicare. This act presents an alternative approach to addressing the financial challenges faced by the programs, focusing more on increasing revenue from the wealthier segments of society rather than solely relying on benefit adjustments. In contrast, Senator Bernie Sanders has introduced the Social Security Expansion Act, which takes a bolder stance by proposing not only to extend the solvency of Social Security, but also to increase benefits for all recipients. The act intends to raise benefits by $2,400 per year, providing a much-needed boost to retirees and beneficiaries who often struggle to make ends meet with the existing benefit levels. To finance these increased benefits and ensure the long-term viability of the program, the Social Security Expansion Act relies heavily on massive tax increases, particularly targeting the wealthiest individuals. While this proposal aims to offer substantial improvements to Social Security, it has been met with concerns regarding the practicality and feasibility of raising taxes to such significant levels. As discussions and debates around these various pieces of legislation continue, it becomes evident that policymakers are faced with challenging choices. They must strike a delicate balance between enhancing benefits for vulnerable populations and ensuring the financial stability of the Social Security system. The critical question remains, what should be prioritized? Increasing benefits for beneficiaries or extending the solvency of Social Security? Both are crucial objectives, but they might come at the expense of one another, necessitating difficult decisions and trade-offs. As we witness this pivotal moment in the history of Social Security reform, it's essential for the public to stay informed and engaged in the discussions. The impact of these legislative proposals will be far-reaching, affecting millions of Americans who rely on Social Security as a lifeline during their retirement years. While it's promising to see various approaches being explored to address the challenges faced by Social Security, it's equally crucial for policymakers to find common ground and craft comprehensive solutions that can effectively safeguard the financial security and dignity of those who depend on this vital program.